Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about something very important. And that is why the narcissist constantly puts you down. You see, if the narcissist already knows your story, and they see you struggling in life, it makes them feel superior and better than you. Even though they may never be so overt to say such a thing. Now some narcissist will. But as we know, a lot of narcissists like to operate in that gray space, where you are confused or second guess yourself if this person really is a good friend or not. And they do this by when you first meet them or are interacting with them. They might be super helpful. They are always offering up their time and wanting to hang out with you. You might have felt close enough to share with them your story. And during this time, they might not exactly shower you with compliments. Though some narcissists might go overboard with this. But some might just act normally. They might compliment you here and there when it is truly deserved. And this will start to make you feel comfortable around this person. And like someone really for the first time cares about you. Then out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere when your guard is completely down, they will hit you with an insult that is sharp and that was truly meant to hurt you. But they will try to still do it in the form of a joke. They might even put you down or share something you told them in confidence in front of others in a group setting. Oh hey. Remember when you told me this? Laugh, laugh, laugh. As you just sit there and half grin and say nothing back. You see, this is indeed a power move. It's also done to see if you will actually take their BS. And in their mind, they believe you will. Because they might know you have no family. No support system. No nothing. But when this pattern of toxic behavior keeps on repeating itself, there is a more long-term goal at play. They are putting you down so you don't rise up. You see, there are some that believe that put-downs make people stronger and work harder at a better life. And though there might be some truth to that, because God does put us in tough situations to make us better and make us stronger. The truth is, when you have someone that believes in you and encourages you to do great things in life, you truly feel like you can fly. I've oftentimes talked about the Rocky movies here. And these movies are a great example. In the first movie, where Rocky as a random guy gets a chance to fight the heavyweight champion of the world. But before this happens, he ends up dating a woman he clearly has liked for quite some time, Adrian. And Adrian is a very shy and supportive soul. And she is dating him for who he is. Because he wasn't given the chance to fight the champion just yet. And when he is given the chance to fight Apollo Creed the champion, Rocky's dysfunctional friend Paulie, which is the brother to Adrian, is slighting Rocky. And trying to make Rocky think he doesn't have much of a good chance at this fight unless Rocky gives him a job to help him. Rocky replies, "Nobody cared about me yesterday. So I think I'm going to train myself." As Paulie makes a face like Rocky is wrong. During this entire conversation, Adrian lovingly has her hand on Rocky's back. And quickly jumps in and says, "Einstein flunked out of school twice. Helen Keller was blind. Beethoven was deaf. I think Rocky has a good chance." She is supporting him the entire way through the prep of the fight and for the fight itself. By lovingly trying to speak good words into Rocky when Rocky comes to terms with reality 24 hours before the fight is to happen. That he can't win. But she then quietly listens as he speaks his mind about if he can just last until the end and go 15 rounds with the champ. Even if he loses, he will for the first time in his life know that he's not just another bum from the neighborhood. The day of the fight, Adrian lovingly wishes Rocky good luck and stays in the back. As likely Rocky doesn't want her to see how bad things are really going to be. However, in the 14th round and Rocky is knocked to the floor, Adrian can't stay in the back any longer and walks into full view of the fight. Right as Rocky is struggling desperately to stand back up to his feet. And as the camera gets close to Adrian's face and eyes, Her eyes say everything. They say support. They say love. And they say a deep respect for the internal character of the man she loves. Rocky. Rocky goes the distance. And they start their new life in Rocky 2. Because of Rocky's eye being damaged in the fight with Apollo Creed. She doesn't want Rocky to fight anymore. And she continually tries to speak good words into Rocky. Even if his jobs are less than glamorous. And he ends up sweeping the floors and carrying buckets at the gym he used to fight for. She still treats him with love, respect, and speaking words of life and love into him. However, she does not want him to fight for his own health and safety. But a moment comes when she knows a second fight is going to happen with Apollo, and Rocky is compelled to do it despite she doesn't want him to do it. She finally after being completely against it, she lovingly tells Rocky to win. Win. And then Rocky's training takes a dramatic turn. Before, when Adrian is worried and against the entire thing, Rocky is training like a beginner or worse. But when Adrian with love in her face tells him to win, it flips an internal switch in him and his training becomes literally beautiful. Full of heart and soul and fire. You see, I've often wondered, what if in the first Rocky got the shot to fight Apollo Creed, and Rocky never started to date Adrian? Rocky was still in his negative atmosphere around negative people. And then other than that he was alone. Maybe Rocky might have done just fine. But maybe he would have gotten knocked out in the second round and cared less to stand back up. You see, Rocky didn't think much about himself as a person, often referring to himself as a bum. Why? Because that's what everyone called him his entire life most likely. And Rocky has no good sense of himself. Although, throughout the movie he's always trying to do the right thing. He helps a homeless man that is passed out drunk outside of a bar in the freezing cold. Rocky picks him up and over his shoulder, brings him into the bar and sits him down with another bargoer, and says, "Hey, I brought you a friend." He tries to give good life advice to a girl that has a brother that Rocky obviously knows from the conversation. And he pulls her away from other bad older kids that are clearly up to no good and walks her home. And to basically tell her that hanging out with such kids is a dead-end street. And even though Rocky is a debt collector for a loan shark, Rocky doesn't follow through with hurting the people that owes money that Rocky is ordered to hurt. Rocky scares them, gets whatever money they have, but can't follow through with actually hurting them because the money they give him isn't enough to pay their debts. Rocky, in his messed up dysfunctional world, is still trying to do the right thing, but is constantly calling himself a bum. Rocky mentions that his father told him, "You don't have much of a brain, so you better develop your body." Which is exactly what Stallone's father said to him in real life. He was basically calling Stallone stupid. And the fictional character Rocky's father was likely saying such things for the same reasons. And those reasons were and are narcissist parents, friends, spouses, do not want you to succeed in life. Like I say, you might make friends unknowingly with a narcissist. And they will be super helpful and kind when you first meet them. So much so you feel guilty they are being so nice to you. But then it all dries up. And the nice things they might have once said are a distant memory, as you likely haven't heard a compliment from them in years. You need to ask yourself, how does someone change that much? One minute they call you smart about this topic or that topic. But then now they question everything you say like you are a dummy. Or they don't even engage you on such topics at all. Topics that you are really smart in. You see, though some people's doubt of you can fuel the fire under you to succeed. And if it's there, use it. But you shouldn't be succeeding for others. Succeed for yourself. But with that said, I do know, when you have a real deal support system of love, you can reach heights never dreamed of before. And the narcissist knows it. They know it. And even if they seem like they have the world and they have a better life than you, at least on paper anyways, they are scared you will one day have more than they will. Because that means loss of control and the superior feeling they have when dealing with you. They don't want it to all go away. So the last thing they are going to do is encourage you. Or offer legitimate support. You see, the story of Rocky has many layers to it. And one of those layers is, I believe some of the characters represent the support and love that he wished he had and he wished he was able to experience as Sylvester Stallone while growing up. And Stallone likely imagined he already had people loving him. In order to trick his mind to keep going with in regards to his goals and passions. Because love does matter. And so does encouragement. And the narcissist knows this fact. And that's why they refuse to give it to you. Something to think about. Well, that's all I have for today. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.